bechamel and you add cheese as well, it's amore. Some may say it's from Raj, some may call it cheese sauce, it's amore. You can put it in the lasagna tin, make it thick or thin, and do it your way. When you make bechamel and you add cheese as well, it's amore.
You're listening to Rebecca Bowen with Quite a Stir on Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM.
Good evening, you're listening to Rebecca Bowen, and tonight we're shining a spotlight on the Tidy Kitchen Company, a Cardiff-based healthy food brand that's passionate about making nutritious, fresh, flavour-packed food using quality ingredients and creating meals that nourish as well as satisfy. They're proving that healthy eating doesn't mean compromising on taste. Let's find out more about the passion, the food behind Tidy Kitchen. Welcome to the show, Laura.
Thank you so much for having me.
And what I've just found out, I'm floored by what you've just told me, and we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah,
your background, what you've done. I'm so impressed. Let's get on with it. The Tidy Kitchen Company has a distinctive name. What's the story behind it, and what does the brand represent?
So we started it as a family business. It was my dad, my mum and me. My mum was a chef for 40 years. I had restaurants, domestic bursa, worked for other people, had her own business. My dad loved food, and then I came back home after a couple of years of being away, travelling and working, and
Nice.
said, he had a corporate business at the time, and when we went to go and see him at work, the food was always really bad. And
No way!
it was, beige buffets, bread and all the pre-bought quiches and stuff like that. So we sat down one night and thought, what we're going to call a catering company. And I loved the Welsh connection because I've been brought up here, lived in Brecon since I was tiny, and I love that slang, but also the ability to be like, it's really tidy, in the Welsh sense, but also it's really good pucker food.
Yeah.
So good branding and just a fun little name. We just wanted to have a bit of fun with it.
Fantastic branding. I mean, tidy is a well-known colloquial expression, isn't it? It's a nod to Welsh culture and your company's identity.
Yeah.
The emphasis is on whole ingredients, homemade meals, and avoiding overly processed convenience food, like you were just saying.
Yeah.
That saturated the market, and nutrition acts as the number one goal. Nutritious food is the foundation. That happens to be utterly delicious and beautiful to look at, by the way. Vibrant colours popping on the plates, and the end result is food that's genuinely good for you, made with care, and proudly rooted in Wales, Dion Cariad.
Absolutely,
And
I love it.
Yeah, and I hope you tell all our listeners exactly about your journey and where you've been and what you've done. It's impressive.
I will. I'll run through a little bit. It's quite off the wall, but so obviously Mum used to be a chef, so I grew up with it really. I went to Cardiff University and did English literature.
Love it.
And then sort of left uni and couldn't find anything that I enjoyed, but I've always loved food, fed people at uni, fed friends forever. Went to Bristol to do basically a level 1 MVQ, and then I flew out to Palma and stepped into the world of super yachting.
Wow! Just stepped into that world.
Yeah, it took a lot of time, effort and trying, but eventually I worked in the industry for about 8 years. I came back midway through to get a formal qualification from Leiths, which is a culinary diploma with food and wine, so
Nice.
level 1 at WSET as well, and loved that. Got loads of opportunities from there, loads of connections, and sort of tried everything from food styling to
Nice.
sort of placements in Chelsea, working for Michelin-starred chefs, and basically just really opened up my eyes to the fact that I could move home with all this experience and offer South Wales something just a bit different to the everyday eating. The restaurant side, not so much. It wasn't something that I wanted to do, but the everyday eating, that's what I really, really wanted to shine a spotlight on.
What was your clientele like with the super yachting? Are you allowed to talk about that or not?
Some yes and some no,
Okay.
but great. I mean, I was really lucky. Everybody's seen Below Deck, which is hilarious. And it was amazing fun. It was incredible. It was probably 8 years of just focusing on your job. That's all you had to do, because you didn't have to pay bills, rent. Nice. You know, you travel the world. You got access to produce that you wouldn't necessarily in restaurants, especially as a young chef. You know, you make mistakes, but also you have that buffer to be able to learn really quickly, get better, and if you're not good enough, then somebody else will be behind you, type thing.
Wow.
So I loved every second of it, and would kind of like to offer sort of that journey and education to people here, so that they kind of did what I did and went full circle, and then came back and invested what they'd learned back into Wales and back into the economy to start a business and to kind of like lift that food scene up again as well.
Amazing. And you mentioned Michelin star chefs. Which ones did you work for?
So when Chef Tom Brown was at the St Anna Docks in Nathan Outlaw's fish restaurant, I went down there for a week and did all things fish related. Great fun. I love it. I love fresh food, seafood, and that was a fantastic experience. And when I'd actually finished that, Paul Ainsworth via tweet invited me down. We had lunch at his restaurant, and he invited my mum and I to try the Great British Menu dessert and treated us to a glass of ice fine champagne at the end. He was and showed me around the kitchen. This is when I was really young as well, and it was so inspiring, really supportive, and that kind of chef mentality is really important in an industry which is quite difficult at the moment. And I've never forgotten how kind he was as a really high profile chef as well.
You were headhunted then, or did he know your family?
No, we just went there to celebrate. So I'd done a week stage, which was fun, and then my mum and dad came because they loved sort of following my little journey around.
Of course.
And then we decided to go to Padstow afterwards, which is just around the corner, and have a treat and go to eat with Paul Ainsworth because his food's so good.
Well, of course.
And then got chatting to him about where I was, because obviously he knows, and he's probably his big mates with Nathan Outlaw. And it's just a really supportive industry, you know. They want people to be passionate about food. And then by offering that to us as a family, it was just amazing for me. Wow. It was really kind. And then sort of went, did a bit of Medlar in Chelsea, and then Roux at Landau.
Roux at Landau, wow.
You know.
Landau, you know. Just Roux at Landau, you know.
And then went back to yachting then to pay for my culinary education and save up some money and bring it back to Wales then, set up Tidy.
Nice. Oh, wonderful. And, you know, healthy food, that's easy for busy people to enjoy. Those values have remained consistent as the business has grown from corporate catering into a wider convenience food brand for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm so impressed with you. And I didn't give you the opportunity to give shout-outs to your family and friends listening in. I'm so overwhelmed with your story. Sorry, would you like to give shout-outs to family and friends listening in?
Oh, well, I've got a lovely, just an amazing support network. And literally, it's that support network recently that have got us through a massive summer so far. You know, my mum, my ever-patient husband, and my university friends are still here.
Wow, okay.
You know, so we've got a really core group of people.
You've got a good support system
and all
around
of our corporate clients as well. I love you.
Yes, absolutely.
You're listening to Rebecca Bowen with Quite a Stir on Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM.
Welcome back to the show. I'm joined with Laura of Tidy Kitchen, loving every minute of the show. Let's get back into it. So what makes your food different from other catering businesses in Cardiff?
Good question. Like everybody has their own sort of niche per se, but I really think that we focus really more on building from scratch. So we do a lot of things like nourish bowls, you know, talking like balanced macros and proteins without it being sort of aggressively targeted towards like health or gym people. It's just balanced eating. So it's beautiful fresh food, it's really colourful, it's got lots of different textures. We really think about it rather than, you know, overboil some eggs, put some tinned olives in and just hope for the best. Which is really trying to maximise brilliant whole food produce and build that into everyday menus, you know.
Whole food approach, healthy and delicious philosophy, globally inspired flavours.
Yeah, that's from the travelling.
I love it. But you don't rely on frozen, prepackaged or heavily processed items that are in common with the corporate catering that you mentioned just now, the bread. You focus on meals made from scratch. You know, using fresh ingredients. The menu centres on vegetables, lean proteins, grains, balanced nutrition, and it's the way you position yourself between healthy meal prep company and a corporate catering combined with local sourcing and global inspiration. Do you want to touch on where you've travelled, your favourite places?
Yeah, oh my gosh. I mean, I love the whole wide world. I could travel. Everyone could travel forever, couldn't they?
Yeah.
But I mean, I lived in the Seychelles for about 4 years.
Nice.
That was wild because obviously a lot of that's imported, which is really interesting. From South Africa, it's about a 4-hour flight from there. But
because you were born in Zimbabwe.
Yes, exactly. So that's where a lot of our dressing ideas come from, you know, like Cape Malay, which is a Portuguese influence, you know, again, and heavily spiced. But rather than add in sort of lots of sugary things, it's the spice element.
Amazing.
So South Africa I love. We went to Australia for a friend's wedding. That was amazing. The food scene there is incredible.
Yeah. The bay bugs. They call them bay bugs. It puts you off when you hear things like that, though. It's like, bay bugs, okay then.
But I just love simple food. So when we were in the Seychelles, we'd fish a lot, you know, and it would be fresh fish off the back. So it's not trawling, it's line caught, you know. It's not sort of mass caught in a big net. You're actually going out and fishing it, and then I'm sort of cleaning it and getting it ready there and then. So it doesn't get fresher than that.
No, it doesn't.
So the adjustment from that to coming back and then looking at how we use things, seafood and things like that, it's always going to be an evolving thing with our menu. Like, what is sustainable? If that's not a good idea, we'll just take it off the menu. But it's nice to help people understand why and what we do. Yeah. And then make the tweaks where we can.
Wow, I'm impressed. I'm getting more impressed as the interview goes on. I'm not worthy.
More than worthy.
How has the business grown since it launched?
Gosh, somebody asked me this the other day actually, and my husband always says to me, all I do is look forward, because it's a business and I'm trying so hard. You don't actually look at when I started. It was me, my mum and my dad, and I used to make sausage rolls out the kitchen. Okay. At home, it was signed off with the HO.
Yeah. I love that.
And really, genuinely, it's grown through word of mouth. I've never been very good at sort of advertising and marketing to a point, because it's just that took up a lot of time when I could actually be making the food.
Well, yeah.
You know, so I was in there a lot of the time, head down, and it's all really been organic. The growth's been organic. It's been recommendations. I mean, we haven't got everything right every time, you know, but as you grow, you take on some brilliant people. They work for you for a bit, they go and do other things, you know, and it grows and grows and grows like that, and then you get a bigger space, and it's really now got to a point now where we're now going to invest in a bigger team soon. We're going to look at that direction next year, because we're opening another venue, off the record. And that's going to be all set for March, so we've got a lot of things to do in the meantime. I want to slow the growth, just basically not compromise on the quality, because if we grow too fast, we won't be able to give people what they actually deserve.
Absolutely. You know, many caterers prioritise indulgent buffet foods, pastries, sandwiches, fried snacks and desserts.
Yeah.
But you are building a menu around food designed to provide, like you said, sustained energy and support well-being, making it especially appealing for workplace lunches and corporate events.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And instead of only providing event buffets, you can also operate corporate breakfasts.
Yes.
Individual lunch bowls, meeting catering, grab-and-go meals, private event catering, workplace food solutions. And I think that flexibility makes you suitable for everything from daily office lunches to large corporate functions.
Yeah, we do often as well. People will get in touch and say, we've got our son's birthday or daughter's birthday, or just any celebration really, and I know how busy people are and how time is precious, and that's really why I want to grow that side of it, because to be able to offer this kind of food as a more of a convenience operation is the goal. So we create brilliant, healthy food for normal hard-working people, but it's then that access to that, like how can everyday people get that from us all the time.
Amazing.
So at the moment it's sort of like an email inquiry, and then we get back to them, and then because we're growing, it's a small team, all that kind of stuff. So really it's then to look at, right, how do we never compromise the offering, maybe make it smaller, but then the outreach is a lot bigger. So it's getting good food out to people.
And the average person wants that, and they don't understand the nutrition value behind it all, and they can't be bothered. So you're perfect to just tick all those boxes.
The whole thing is that we do the due diligence for everyone so that they don't have to.
Yeah, amazing. How do you create a menu that's both healthy and delicious? It's difficult. I couldn't do it. Just give me the healthy and delicious. I don't know.
It's basically everybody's bodies are different, so what you might think is healthy is maybe different to what XYZ down the road. Right. So it basically is we create functional food which highlights, good healthy fat. So we don't deep fry our thing in our salad, anything in our salad bowls, for example. So we do like a really hot baked hoisin tofu, but that's rolled in corn flour. It's a really beautiful vegan option. So nothing's deep fried, the saturated fats. And we have a lot of the raw slaw. We rub and marinate the kale in B12 nutritional yeast.
Wow.
So you are vegan, there's a little bit more of an injection of that. And then we pair it with things like whole grains like brown rices, quinoa blends. So it's basically just accessing a lot of different texture, a lot of different vitamins and a bigger spectrum across the nutritional side of things. So that's how we balance it. And then as we go into the new venture next year, it'll be a little bit more specific on what we offer in terms of macro and micronutrients.
My nephew, who is listening, is graduating as a doctor this week, and he is always asking for healthy meals, low carb, keto, this. So I think you're the perfect option, to be honest. You're the perfect option. How do you reduce food waste in your kitchen?
So at the moment it's by pre-orders, so we know
that's
what's
a perfect
coming
way.
in.
I used to do that when I catered from home, and there was no
absolutely,
it's a no-brainer, isn't it?
Food waste. We are now doing our kimchi recipes.
Oh yeah,
I know. So again, that's the fermentation, really good for your gut microbiome, and we do things like whole lemon cake. So that is, peel everything that goes in and gets boiled down and whizzed down. And then there are lots of bigger things that we're doing, and we're hoping to work with the powers that be that are interested in sustainability about food waste in terms of like, can we collect this from our corporate clients? So if it's a circular system, we put reusable plates and things like that. We all do a loop, come back, collect the food waste, and then do something with that. But that's sort of a bigger long-term thing.
It's a long-term thing. Sustainability is important to you as well.
Yeah, massive.
And you have invested in reusable packaging, like you said, initiatives and responsible sourcing, reflecting an environmental focus alongside your food offering.
Yeah, we've never had single-use plastic ever, even before you weren't allowed to. And we're really, really keen on making it a sustainable business as much as possible.
You tick all the boxes.
Oh, well,
I am
trying.
Completely floored by you, I've got to be honest. I can't.
You can but try.
You're listening to Rebecca Bowen with Quite a Stir on Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM.
Welcome back to the show. I'm joined with Laura of Tidy Kitchen. Thank you so much for taking the time to come in and sharing your story. I'm loving every minute of it. So what is your favourite ingredient to cook with?
Oh gosh, that's a really, really hard question.
Especially when you've travelled everywhere. There's so much to choose from, right?
I mean, favourite ingredient is really tough. I always say that I could never live without onions and garlic, which is really bad for people with an alien problem. But just that's the first flavour base for me.
Lush.
I love it, yeah.
Some Italians won't put onions and garlic in the same dish. I love onions and garlic, I would, but there we go.
I've put them in everything, cereal.
Yeah. And just now we were discussing your lemon cake. You use coconut sugar.
Coconut sugar, non-refined. So we have a range of bakes. So we've actually got a Renew menu and a Nourish menu. So the Renew is on the healthier side, and then the Nourish is our normal baked from scratch type thing. So it will have your chocolate chip cookies with proper chocolate, sugar, Welsh butter, and then the Renew will be the squirrel balls, so they're date balls with single nut butter in them, petals and coconut and things like that. Ooh. So there's sort of a yin and a yang all the time. So it's about see how you feel, eat healthily. There's always the option if you want to.
Yeah, like you said, moderation.
Everything in moderation, including moderation.
Yeah, I love that saying.
Yeah, just normal people.
Absolutely. Now, healthy eating can sometimes be seen as restrictive, as we were just talking about. How do you make nutritious food exciting and enjoyable?
That comes down to the spicing, I think, for me, because healthy food has a really bad rep. You know, you think about healthy food and you think broccoli, rice and chicken, which is also delicious, but it's super bland, you know. Yeah. It serves its purpose, it fills you up and it adds in protein and all that kind of stuff. It's very low in fat. But actually, when you're talking about normal people living normal lives that need sustenance for long working hours and things like that, what we want to be doing is adding flavour through spicing, you know, like fermenting, pickling, maybe like braising down some fennel, that kind of stuff. So adding flavour that way rather than just loading it with butter and salt.
Absolutely, and letting those ingredients speak for itself and layering the flavours. Absolutely beautiful. So excited, I've got to come and have a try.
I should have brought you some food.
Yeah, have you noticed people's attitudes towards healthy food changing over the last few years?
Massively. Yeah, massively. I think it was a bit of a harder slog for us at the beginning, or for me at the beginning, because I kind of saw the potential of just the reaction in people once they'd eaten, you know, like a lovely fish fillet roasted in miso or something like that with some brown rice and, you know, like a really nice soy mirin dressing, which is just really, I mean, if you look at that in an allergen point of view, it's non-dairy, very light, another lean source of protein, and it's really good. It's really good for you. So now I think with Instagram, TikTok, social media as a whole, and just people's education after COVID, totally changed on the way that people see healthy food and what it does for their mind and body, really.
Yeah, people are more switched on now,
massively changed. Yeah, they are, and they actually want better quality because they can usually make it at home themselves if they got the time.
Well, not every, a lot of chefs say that, and a lot of chefs think they can teach everyone to cook, but I've seen people burn sausages and think, oh, come on, not everyone can. It's a skill.
My husband said his mum used to be able to burn boiling water.
You know, so I don't agree with that. How do you balance great flavour and good nutrition? I mean, fat is notoriously delicious. Can you create the same delicious flavour profile that's healthy?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's good fats and there's not so good fats, you know, and not so good fats you can have in moderation, and they are not going to do anything terrible to you. It's like you're saying, if you ate seed oils in everything all the time, then that's obviously going to be bad for you. But if you balance things in, like I keep saying, in moderation, like an avocado, a handful of nuts, that's really good fat. You can blitz those into, you know, a dark chocolate and date bar, which is sugar and chocolate and healthy fats, you know. But it's, if you eat the whole, you know, tray of it, that's going to be but if you do that with the whole galaxy, it's the same concept,
of course,
you know.
Of course.
But I find that with more nutritionally dense food, you get fuller quicker, so you're less likely to snack all the time, whereas if you have sort of like a pack of Maltesers, you're going to eat the whole thing. Well, I would, the whole thing.
I've seen those
better
recipes
quality
with the avocado cakes. I've never tried it myself. I'm going to have a little go.
Avocado mousse, I mean, you know, that is quite high in fat content, but like a chopped up avocado on a salad with, I don't know if you eat fish, but like things like prawns, beautiful. And it really is quite classic. It's just that like classic pairing of good fats and proteins, which is a lovely.
But above all, I think the future of healthy eating is about enjoyment.
Yes.
And healthy 100%. Food shouldn't feel like a sacrifice.
No.
It should be colourful, full of flavour, and something people genuinely look forward to eating. And I think businesses that can combine great taste, convenience and quality with a genuine commitment to well-being will be the ones that continue to grow like yourself.
Yeah, and the ones that reward their staff, for example, and invest in their people and their health. You know, that's what people I think want nowadays is to feel valued in the workplace. So rather than just give people, like an Amazon £5 gift card, I think Jeff Bezos has enough boats. Why you treat them to food from any independent, for example.
Absolutely.
And then if you can invest in great food that's great for their health, and then in the long term that'll be less sick days. It's all a bit of a building block around good food. That's what we're trying to achieve, really.
Yeah, preach.
Yeah.
Do you think food businesses have a responsibility to educate people about healthier eating? Some restaurants rely heavily on sugar and MSG to enhance, even on carrots for Sunday roast. It's an unpopular opinion, and I know the foodies are going to think, did she just say that?
Look, that is an interesting question, because personally, if I go out to eat, and then I'm obviously a trained chef, but if I go out to eat, I don't care at all about what they cook with, because but I choose really carefully about where I eat, so I wouldn't go to do you know what I mean? I wouldn't go to Burger King and then
so you're confident in where you go.
That's and you do the research on the chefs and their provenance and what they do, and we'd save up and go for a really nice meal, and we'd go to somebody that was independent and support them.
Who's your favourite? Big 'em up.
I mean, we love Messen and Rabina. They're great, really vibey, great food, great bartender, brilliant product.
Nice.
We love Heaney's.
Everyone loves Heaney's.
Yeah, I mean, he's brilliant, classically brilliant, never puts a foot wrong, and they're just really good at what they do. There's quite a few people, but we don't get a huge amount of time off. And so
it's a celebratory thing.
100%. So that's when I don't mind. They can cook with
the
butter,
indulgence.
But when it's the day to day, I do think. They make people put calories on menus sometimes now. I think, look, it can take the joy out of food. But if you are monitoring what you eat, you need to monitor what you eat. Then I think there should be that education, so that they can at least talk you through on the phone, or be like, this isn't the right place for you, it's just a lot of butter and salt. It's more classically French. You should go down the road to XYZ, which is, maybe Thai, less dairy, that kind of less, I don't know. So I think I wouldn't like to say educate, because food for me and going out of food is a bit of a release of stress.
Of course it is.
But but for us, for example, if you're coming to us, 100%, we need to know what we're talking about, and we need to
because that's your niche.
It's misleading otherwise. It's not fair. If we're telling you that this is healthy and we're cooking it in butter, well, then we're not doing our job.
What advice would you give to someone trying to build a strong food brand from scratch, like what you've got?
Right now? Test the market first. People are really sportive when it comes to independence in Cardiff, especially with food. There's a wonderful food scene. Test it, don't commit to bricks and mortar too quickly. It's a really big responsibility. It's a lot of money. Setting up anything's a lot of money and investment, and food's fickle, so know your numbers. Test it out, family and friends, test it out to a wider paying audience, and then just work real hard. Anything's possible. Just takes a lot of commitment,
that's great advice. Let's have a look at the questions. What food or wellness trend do you think will shape the future of healthy eating?
I think this wellness trend at the moment is super interesting, because there's a lot of noise out there for people, but people are getting really overwhelmed by all that advice, which is actually not very helpful.
No.
So, because everyone's so different, it will get to a point where people are like, I need someone to speak to me as a person. I don't want to chat GPT. I want somebody that's like, hi, come and sit with me, wraparound care that we've talked about in the NHS. You're going to people for health reasons, so you just sit down with somebody that knows what they're talking about. They go, right, this is how you can eat properly. This is a solution for you. This is a menu plan for you. And it's what we're going to try and start to do, is just that free educational side of it for people that want it, not giving it to people if they don't want to eat it, They can also just enjoy food. But, we're going to look a lot more into things like prenatal, postnatal, diabetes, things like that, and show people that they can make things at home if they want, batch freeze it, what they can eat from our menus that are safe for them, and offer more of a tailored nutrition. I think the wellness phase will, as everything, loop around, and it's what people will be looking for is sort of bespoke to them, rather than trying to sort of drink celery juice and then actually realise that they have no fibre in their diet, and be peddled another sort of supplement or protein add-on or shake or something like that. It'll just come back down to being a little bit more natural and probably eating a little bit more like our grandparents used to.
Oh gosh, yes. Oh, that needs to come back.
Days. Yeah,
needs to come back. Restrictive diets are a nightmare. The yo-yo diets, like myself, I will put my hand up and say it. We'll indulge one season, then be restrictive the next. Yeah. But you offer a focus on building sustainable habits.
Yeah.
Rather than chasing quick fixes, and more people have an interest in where food comes from now.
Yeah.
People want to know the story behind their meals, where their ingredients are locally sourced, and how businesses are reducing their environmental impacts. Transparency and sustainability are becoming just as important as taste these days, with the constant threat of global warming.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, if you could leave your customers with one message about food and well-being, what would it be?
Food's supposed to make you feel good. It's supposed to make you feel happy. If it's sort of dictating your life, there are ways to sort of navigate that feeling. I would say don't put so much pressure on yourself to be a perfect human. I like to say that everybody's perfectly imperfect.
Yeah, great.
So eat to make yourself feel happy, spend time with family and friends in the capacity of a food environment, and just enjoy yourself.
And I think people are more aware of how nutrition affects their energy now.
Massively.
Performance and well-being, and they look for food options that support their individual lifestyles rather than following one-size-fits-all diets, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
And then we've got to talk about like premenopausal.
Yeah, great.
That's a nightmare, isn't it?
That's what we're going to do,
Yeah,
because there's nothing for it. There's been very little investment really in female health anyway.
No, I know.
And food has a direct correlation between your health and your fitness, whether you're male, female, whatever. It's massively important. There's huge hormonal issues related to menopause, childbirth, all of that kind of things. PMOS used to be PCOS. There's a lot more research going into women's health, and at the prime of life, when women are going through menopause and they're high earners, or maybe sole earners, or could be single parents, whatever the situation is, then that's a really difficult time to navigate.
It is,
when you could be getting some extra help when it comes to things like food and nutrition.
Like teamwork, it's important. Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
You're listening to Rebecca Bowen with Quite a Stir on Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM.
Welcome back to the show. I'm gutted we've only got an hour. I could have talked to you all night. Absolutely loving the show. You are so personable and you are so lovely. Thank you for coming in and taking the time. Now let's talk about learners and what you want from future chefs.
Yeah, it's really interesting looking at the industry as a whole at the moment. I mean, you might have seen in any social media and potentially maybe across some news outlets that people are petitioning for a reduction in VAT.
Oh gosh, yes, that's the problem. It's Tom Kerridge, isn't it?
Yeah. So they're spearheading it at the moment. I mean, a lot of it is post-COVID. Obviously, it's a difficult thing to recover from, and the workforce is massively decreased. So with it becomes people sort of wanting a better work-life balance. It's notoriously difficult being a chef, it's really late hours, and essentially I will until the day I die, I will treat going out for food anywhere as a luxury, because someone's cooking it for you, they're serving you most of the time, cleaning up for you, you are literally being waited on hand.
Absolutely.
What a joy that is to have,
isn't it though?
But I love it. In a world of chains and sort of the cheap sort of driving those prices down, you've kind of forgotten the value in people, and the sort of training that goes on behind it, their journeys. So I've really been looking now as we start to expand, how we expand our workforce and how we do it in terms of bringing people on, young people on, and also don't mind about any age or experience, but usually getting people in when they're younger introduce them into the industry and get them to stay.
Yeah.
You know, because the temptation is to get someone in, work them to death, and then they leave the industry and go and do something else, you know. But what we want to do is bring that educational side, that work-life balance, you know, so they get some time off in a row to have a relationship, you know, a day off, you know, a weekend off, you know, and they can give back to their local restaurant and go and eat out and
absolutely
pay them well and have that level of sort of respect within the industry, where you see, if you go to Italy or France, there's a lot of male waiters, for example, you know. It's a really respected profession.
Of course it is.
It should be. It's a brilliant way
silver service. It baffles me. 100%. Even though I was taught it in college, I still don't know how to use a fish knife properly.
It's wild, isn't it? I know, and I love it. But I was saying to some of the younger guys that work for us, who I absolutely adore, and some of them have been with me for about 6 years now, you know.
Oh, wow.
Right from when they were 16, and now they're going through uni, and they always come back now at the summer
amazing.
And come on board, and so they've seen our journey. And but I said, look, you're doing your time management, you know, it's a leadership role sometimes that you have to take on. You have to juggle many things at one time. You're dealing with some of them really sort of VIP high-end clients that need to be sort of
that are used to that kind of thing.
100%. It's like a standard that they have to meet, and you're so proud when they come away and they're just brilliant individuals. I just think that'll help in any job that they go into, even if it's not catering. So in terms of getting people into the industry, it would be nice if there was more support from sort of my generation and older generations, in the same way that Paul Ainsworth inspired me to keep chefing. I loved it. I was so excited. And if we can sort of hoover some people up, get them trained on the nutritional front as well, it's just a different way of looking at the industry.
That's a huge... It's a lot to take in, though.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's also changing institutions. And also, loads of people want to be really epic, awesome chefs, which is great as well, you know, and they maybe want to go to London, or maybe they want to travel. So why don't we show them how to join a super yacht, you know, so they can go and do that, travel the world, get paid.
You can train them to do that, yeah?
I could, yeah.
Wow, it's amazing.
So hopefully just really investing in independent hospitality scenes, because they'll go. It's a huge number of people that have been made redundant. I think it's well over 100,000 jobs that have gone. So it's kind of that thing where it's like use it or lose it, because people will go. It's too expensive.
I was heartbroken this week to see that Franco's Street Food was thinking about closing his stall in Cardiff Market, but he's changed his mind, thankfully. But what it made me do was try and organise a biddies brunch for Cardiff Market.
I love it, yeah.
I'm a singer, so I was going to go around I sing everywhere, anywhere that'll pay me, really. I don't care where it is.
Love it.
So I do K-homes, and you two make friends, and I was thinking of organising the ones that are able, and they do have money, they go out, they have a nice little day. Just saying, let's get on a bus every Wednesday morning, 9 o'clock when the market opens, have a biddies brunch, because my mother, she loved Franco's pork. He does this porchetta, and she used the term, he didn't mess with it. And I think what she means is, he let the meat do its own thing. Simple, delicious. Now, if he paired that with a little salad, maybe, slices of pork with a salad, because he was going to change up his menu, I'd organise that biddies brunch. Take them in Cardiff Market. There'd have to be sufficient seating there, though. That's the only thing. So
absolutely, and it's just probably working with people to see how things can be adapted, you know. And rather than maybe go to Starbucks and get 6 coffees a week for about £6-7 each, then just take your
Cardiff
friend
Market
out.
would be brilliant. Just a little community.
And
I think the name is good as well, Biddies Brunch. Instead of them going to their breakfast bingo, come and have a brunch, which is usually tailored to the more trendier kind of, let's have a drink. Have your nice couple of slices of pork from Franco, little side salad, cup of tea.
I love it.
They'd be
nice
landed.
And social.
They'd
I know.
Be landed.
For a trip round, absolutely.
And some of them would then go on to do a liquid lunch in the borough, no doubt. But you know, bus pass home. But we're thinking of organising that. I'm glad that Franco isn't closing, because he's the heart and soul of that market.
I know. And I can't lose it.
That they're being squeezed so much that a lot of them are just
I know.
Thinking of shutting shop when they've got a great product and they're good at what they do.
I know, absolutely. And it's about reminding people that you need to support them. You know, maybe, I know it sounds weird, but don't get that jumper, go for dinner.
Absolutely.
You know, does that make sense?
Absolutely.
From Shein or whatever it's called. You know, don't buy that. Go and support Franco. Just go and get lunch when you're at work. Or say to your boss, like, let's go and get lunch from Cardiff Market.
Absolutely.
You know, there could be 20 of you in the office.
Now, I always ask this question to everyone. What's your death row meal? What would be your death row meal? Healthy or non? You don't have to be healthy with this one. You can be if you want to.
I'm going to die, so. Oh my gosh, it'd probably be my mum's Sunday roast, genuinely.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we've never really gone out for a roast ever, because every time we try, we always have like 20 sides. You know, it's just outrageously big and amazing. We always have a really nice bottle of wine.
Oh, come on, give us your wine recommendations. What would you pair your roast with?
I like if I'm going really spenny, I like a Chablis.
How can you not?
I know, ridiculous.
I'm there with you.
Yeah.
Let's go. Where are we going?
Pretty much anything from Aldi is great. I also like a really oaky Chardonnay every now and then.
Okay, oaky Chardonnay.
Back in time. But we've got obviously family still back in Africa, and we went to Cape Town for a family reunion recently, and you realise that they're hoarding all of the really good wine there because it's so cheap and brilliant, and then you come over here and it's 15 times the price.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, definitely a full roast, probably sticky toffee with caramel sauce, which we actually fed Rick Astley one year, my mum's recipe.
Yay! Never going to give that up.
I know, we had 2 slices, I'm pretty sure.
Lovely.
Yeah, and then I'm happily, send me to death row.
Oh, amazing. I'm loving that. Thank you so much. And that's a wrap. It's been amazing to hear all about the Tidy Kitchen Company and their mission to make healthy, wholesome food accessible, convenient and delicious. It's inspiring to see a local Cardiff business championing fresh ingredients and helping people eat well every day. A huge thank you to Laura for joining us. And until next week, keep supporting local, keep enjoying great food, and keep listening to Quiet as Stew every Tuesday.
Radio Cardiff.